What's happening, guys? Welcome back to episode 13 of the Jay. Why is he? She's already gone.
Just wasn't expecting you to do that. I don't know why.
But I do this every time. You've ruined it now.
Okay,
She's
no,
ruined
I won't
it.
look at you. Do it. I won't.
No,
look at you.
I'm not doing it now. Episode 13. Episode 13. Alice Perrin.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming back, Alice.
that's okay.
You okay?
Yeah. Good.
This is so fucking weird. Even Jacob's like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, it seems weird. It's because we've already been together for a couple of hours and you haven't let me speak. Because anything I try and say, you're like, no, say it for the podcast.
But do you know?
Literally anything. I was like, if you've been watching Love Island, say it for the podcast. I was like, what can I talk about?
But do you know what? She just told me a story that she can't even tell on here, which was about and would have probably got thousands of views, but she won't even talk about that now.
I can mention the brief outline of it, but I'm just not going into detail.
Okay, you mentioned the brief outline about it, and then it's on you, isn't it? She doesn't even know where to start.
That at Christmas time,
wait till you hear this.
My little cat Ken ate a condom. And we thought he was going to die.
Alice, wait there. So when we're in the car, this is what she said, right? I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but the starting line was
No, don't do the starting line.
Wait there. She said,
Jace.
I can't tell this story on the podcast, right? So I said, oh, come on. She goes, no. She goes, so you know my cat, Ken?
My little one.
My little cat, Ken. He loves cum. I was like, what? What the fuck are you talking about?
That is one of the lines I didn't want going on here.
Why? Because but if you tell your version of the story now, it makes sense. Go on, tell your outline.
We're not telling the story.
No, you don't have to. You said I'll give a brief outline of it. So give a brief outline of it. You can't, can you?
No, because it's too gross.
But you've got yourself into this mess.
Let's move on. Come on.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
So tell me why episode 13 means something to you.
Because my ultimate favourite number has got a 13 in it. My ultimate favourite number is 136, which starts with a 13, doesn't it?
It starts with a 13, but it's not a 13. It's
No, but it's got a
136.
13 in it. My birthday, 13th of September. I was born on Friday the 13th.
Did you say your favourite number is 136?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I see it absolutely everywhere. You know, like you have a number that you'll just see all the time. 136, everywhere I go. I always see it.
How?
It's my lucky number.
How do you see that number everywhere?
Just do.
Where?
On doors, on things. Like, I just see it everywhere. Like, what are the chances of this? Went over this tiny, weeny little bridge in the car once. It was so random. There was a little pub next to it, and you had to pay £1 to cross the bridge, and then they'd give you a little raffle ticket once you'd crossed it. And what number did I get on the raffle ticket? 136.
Did you actually? I know a story you can tell. You know what I'm going to say.
No, I don't.
When you got the phone call for Tattoo Fixers, the cinema thing.
Oh,
this story is mad.
Because I really believe in like fate and signs and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd gone through all the rounds, hadn't I? They sent me an email saying, oh, we found your Instagram. We really like your work. We want to come and speak to you. And then I had to they wanted to do a Skype interview. And then I pretended that I couldn't do it that night because I wanted to practice using Skype first because I'd never used it. And then they were like, can we come to the shop that you work at and film with you? And then they came back again. And then they said, oh, you're down to the last 3 girls and we need you to come to London and do a on-screen chemistry test with the rest of the gang to see how you get on. And then I was number 2, wasn't I?
Was you number 2?
I was number 2 because you'd already seen number 1. Sketch thought I was a makeup artist. He carried my suitcase upstairs and he was like, so just set it up over here. And I was like,
set what up?
I was like, I'm one of the artists. And he was like, oh, are you? And then I remember as well, after I'd finished my thingy with you all, you and Sketch were like, oh, we don't even need to see the last one. We like Alice. We want Alice.
We don't
Do you
speak
remember?
like that.
But do you remember that's what you said?
It was something around that.
I didn't let it go to my head because I thought, I bet they say that to all the girls to give you a little boost. And then they said, we'll give you we'll ring you and we'll tell you if you've got the part and well done. And I didn't think I was going to get the part because I had actually lied a little bit about saying I could do cover-ups when I couldn't because I hadn't done any. And I actually, at the end of that test thingy, can't remember whether it was Gregor or Matt, but someone that worked on there, and they said, oh, thank you so much for coming. You've done a really good job. We're really impressed. And I actually said, oh, I'm really sorry. I just need to tell you something. I actually haven't done very many cover-ups, and I just went along with it all. And then
this is after we saw you.
Yeah, this is like the same day.
Oh, you didn't tell them before that?
Well, what I'd done is when they said, can you send us some examples of cover-ups you'd done, I just sent them pictures of my favourite tattoos that I did and just pretended it was covering up stuff. I was like, I don't have a before. I was like, I haven't got a before picture, but this is it. So I hadn't been tattooing very long, had I? I'd only been tattooing, like, I'd only just stopped being an apprentice. I'd only just finished uni.
But how long had you been tattooing?
Like, where that was my job and I was tattooing every day. 2 months.
But how long were you an apprentice?
Like a year. But that's because I was still at uni at the same time and I was a carer, wasn't I?
Yeah.
So I was just learning to tattoo alongside all of that. So because I said to him, I'm really sorry I haven't done very many cover-ups, and he said, okay, but do you think you can do cover-ups? And I was like, yeah, I really like the challenge, and if, once I'm in that situation, I'll just do it.
Isn't it funny that they asked, do you think you could do cover-ups? Because they haven't got a clue what it entails. So
Yeah,
if you could have just said yeah, and they'll go, okay, perfect, she can do them.
So I didn't think that I was going to get the job. And then on the way home on the train, I FaceTime my mum and dad, and they were like, how did it go? And I was like, yes. And I was like, yes, mum, I got my selfie with them. Because, she was like, I was like, can I have a selfie, please? My mum wants one. And then I said, oh, but I did say I couldn't do cover-ups. And my mum was like, for God's sake, Alice, what did you do that for? You're not going to get the job now. And I was just like, oh, but I just couldn't deal with the thought of thinking, oh my God, imagine if I get the job. And then I'm like, oh, actually, I haven't done that many.
Did you not think, though, what if I get a cover-up that's absolutely way out of my league and I can't do it? What do you think you were going to do?
That's what I was worrying about. Yeah, I was like, well, yeah, what would I do? I'd have to be like, oh, I can't do it. Like, what do you do then? So I didn't think I was going to get the job. And like part of me sort of did, because I thought, oh, how have I gone this far? But then the other part of me was like, no, it won't happen. And then I'd gone camping and it was really rainy. And so it was meant to be like, like a fun camping trip. But because it was rainy, we decided to go to the cinema. And when the cinema boy gave me my ticket, I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, look at what seat I'm sat in. E4.
That's fucking mad, isn't it?
Yeah. The channel that it's on. And then I was like, that's a sign. And
Did you really think it was a sign?
Yeah, I was like, that is a sign. And then a few days later, they rang me and they were like, oh, we really want you to be our artist. And then when I said yeah, they were like, oh, we didn't think you were going to say yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because they said I was given off the impression that I didn't want to do it and that I couldn't really do cover-ups. And then they said, oh, we want to get you to London for a celebratory meal. What's your favourite meal? What do you want? And I said, well, my favourite meal in the whole world is baked potato. But then they took me to a fancy restaurant, so I never got my baked potato. That's how it happened.
Were we at that meal?
No.
I was going to say, I don't remember going for a celebratory meal. Did you go?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
The Ivy.
The Ivy?
Yeah, it's nice. They don't do baked potatoes, but it's
not that nice then.
Yeah, it's too posh for that.
Yeah, because
I would have been happy with a spudger-like, because they're quite rare now, aren't they? You never see spudger-likes anywhere.
Do you know what I thought was? Do you remember when we started filming and Gregor and that were like, yeah, we told Alice to something like meet us at Pret, and she was like, what was it? Something to do with Pret?
Yeah, I'd never been to one.
You were like, what's a Pret?
What is it?
And they were like, what do you mean, what's a Pret?
I was like, I've got no idea what you're talking about, sorry.
But you wouldn't have that in Hereford, would you?
No. Oh, God, no.
Pret-a-manger.
Yeah, I love it. I love Pret.
Do you actually like it now?
God, obsessed.
Really? I'm not into it.
My favourite sandwich is from Pret.
Your favourite sandwich is from
My
Pret?
favourite sandwich in the whole world is from Pret, yeah.
What sandwich is
It's
it?
like a prosciutto one. I don't know how you say it. I don't know how you say it. You know, like that thin, it's like floppy see-through ham. Do you know the one I mean?
No.
It's like quite sticky.
No.
Oh, it's so nice.
So you only knew Pret from living in London doing type fixes?
Never even come across it before then.
What other restaurants in London did you like that you'd never seen before?
Well, I know loads of nice ones now. Ottolenghi. You see, you wouldn't know these things because you just like chicken and veg.
Because I'm bland.
Very bland.
I'm a bland kind of guy.
Very, very bland.
Talk to me about this new tattoo.
So this is my new tattoo.
On the kneecap.
Work in progress. Really, really, really sore.
Was it?
Yeah.
How bad is it on the knee?
Well, I've been getting the other knee lasered and I thought that was like, that's quite bad.
Was the lasering really bad on the knee?
Lasering, it really hurt. But you know, it's like over and done with in like half an hour. So it's like really painful, but not for very long. But that was all day and that was really sore. You know, normally when you're getting a tattoo, you have at least a couple of hours where you feel really, like you feel okay with it and you're quite calm.
I'm not on a couple of hours.
Do you not?
Can you last a couple of hours feeling all right?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I can't, no. I think as soon as that needle touches my skin, I think, why am I doing this?
Yeah, I know. I
Straight
feel
away.
like that as well.
Why?
But I can get into the zone for a while. But with that, I didn't get into the zone.
How did you have to sit for that? With your knee like this?
No, just out like that with a little cushion underneath it.
But don't
And then,
you
like-
need to bend the skin?
No, she was stretching it. Yeah, didn't have to.
Fucking hell.
I know.
That leg looks really good though, doesn't it? We were saying this before.
It's looking full, isn't it?
Are you literally going to get every gap done on it? Will you put bits in between the gaps?
Maybe lips. I don't know.
It's very... What style would you call that?
Probably a pick and mix.
Pick and mix.
It's not really one. There's like a jumble of everything.
A pick and mix, Anis.
Yeah, pick and mix. Pick and mix legs.
Are you excited for me to tattoo you tomorrow?
Yeah, I am.
Tell me more. Show them the tattoo. Show them what we're doing. You can just show it to the camera, don't worry.
Is that right?
Tell me what we're doing.
So this is actually on my shoulder here. This circle that's like a lady looking at the moon is actually a cover up. So there's there's a tiny little, well, I say tiny little, it was meant to be tiny little, and then I probably wouldn't have ever had to get it covered up. But there's a heart in her hair, which I thought, right, this is such a good example, isn't it, of like someone being naive and going into a tattoo shop thinking,
Was this before you were a tattooist?
Yeah, this is before I was a tattooist. So I wanted a really, really fine, tiny, weeny little heart just on the top of my shoulder there. You know, really delicate, thin lines. And so I just went to this shop because I thought, it's literally just a heart. You can't mess that up. And I said to the guy, I want this tiny little heart on my shoulder. He was like, okay. He was like, sit down. He was like, oh, I don't need a stencil for this. I can just do it on there. And I was like, oh, right, okay. And then he went, set everything up and he was like, come on over. And he went, right, are you ready? Hold your breath. I'm just going to do it in one go. And he went, like that, right? And then he was like, right, we're done. And that, it was so painful. I felt like he drilled it all the way through to my armpit. And it was so big and swollen for a tiny little heart. And it bled so badly. And
Did the ink bleed out as well? Did he go in too deep?
Yeah, it's well raised.
No, I mean, you know, like when the ink spreads out a little bit underneath if you go in too deep.
Probably. Because it's really shit. And yeah, I was just really unhappy with it because...
And was that your first tattoo?
No, that was my like third or fourth, I think it was. But that's what I mean. I just went anywhere because I was like, it's a tiny little heart, so this can't go wrong. But it did.
Isn't it mad that you know that it can go wrong?
Yeah,
like as a tattoo,
so tiny and simple.
people always think that they get like a little tattoo and they'll just go to anyone. Oh, it's only a little tattoo. Funny, if I was tattooing someone last week and they said, I still go to this so-and-so because he only does certain things and he won't mess it up and stuff. And I think, and they do mess it up because they think it's simple. They just think anyone can do it. But actually, I find that the simpler the tattoo, the harder it is.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Because people expect it to be easy and people expect it to just look precise. But when you get someone who doesn't know what they're doing or they're shit at tattooing, it looks even worse because it's supposed to be so simple.
Yeah. And that's what happened there.
So
then I had it covered up, but you can still see the heart. And then the lady's face and the moon's face, they're just a bit blurry, but you can make it nice and crisp.
So crisp.
Yeah, and you'll be able to put a lot more contrast in there and just make it look real good, won't you?
I don't know why, but when you showed it me last time, I felt like it was here. I thought it was on the front there.
No, it was always there.
Oh, and the collarbone as well. Well,
no,
on your shoulder bone
that's all right there. That'd be fine.
There's a bit on your collarbone though, isn't there?
No, just there, look.
Oh.
No, that's going to be okay. I'm excited for it.
I've never tattooed you before.
No, I know. Yeah, but I've never tattooed you.
That's true. But I don't know what you do on me because you do girly stuff.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what I'd do on you either.
What if you could give me a tattoo, what would it be?
I think I would probably do like a cool portrait of Skylar.
That's
like quite neo-traditional, lots of colour. Maybe her looking a bit like, well, she's a bit Larry, isn't she, Skylar?
Yeah.
Like
sassy.
Yeah. Maybe her looking a bit sassy.
It's not a bad shout, that, you know.
Maybe stick it on one of them little chopstick legs. You've got plenty of room on them, haven't you?
Well, plenty of room for chopstick legs.
Yeah.
Skylar. That's not a bad shout, you know. I would probably think about having that.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you'd do on me.
No.
You've tattooed Sketch, haven't you? What did you do on
head. Like a little dotwork mandala in the corner.
Oh, yeah, on his face.
Yeah. Which he always says is his most painful tattoo he's ever had, but I don't think that's true.
Well, I don't know. I've not had my forehead tattooed.
Everyone says I'm really
Would you ever get, like... I know you've got your hands tattooed, but would you ever get your neck or anything like that done?
No.
Would you get your whole hand tattooed?
I would only get my hands done if I had sleeves.
Would you get sleeves?
When I was younger, I imagined that I would have sleeves. But then because I've been over the years just focusing on filling the gaps on my legs, I don't... Like, the arms aren't like something I'm in a rush to do. But then I imagine when all of those gaps are filled up, I'd be like, oh, I just want a new tattoo. And then maybe it'd have to go on my arm. But all of mine are done by different people as well. So it'd be like if I saw someone's work I really liked and I wanted to book in with them, and then I'd have to be like, oh, well, you'll have to go on my arms now.
Do you know what, though? Like, this style that you've got going on is it's good because don't you think that if you get tattoos by random people, everyone has such different styles that they don't look right together.
Yeah.
But because you've got this, like, pick and mix style,
yeah,
it just works, doesn't it?
Do you think?
I think this works, yeah. Like, you've not got nothing realistic on you, have you?
Yeah, well, ish.
What?
The one that Glenn did on the back of my leg.
Oh, yeah.
That portrait.
Maybe that's because it's full colour. It's like colour, though, and that, isn't it?
It has got colour in it, yeah.
Would you ever have, like, realism on you?
Yeah.
What would you have?
Probably...
Would you have a portrait?
Yeah, of Harry, my cat.
I thought you were going to say, like, your mum or your dad.
No. Of Harry.
Not Ken the cum guzzler.
No, not Ken.
Realistic portrait of Ken shitting out of Johnny.
Oh, don't. I'll show you pictures later of what it looked like.
Well, you took pictures of it?
Yeah.
No, Alice, no, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, like, why?
Because it was just, I don't know, unusual. It's just not something you see every day, is it?
Alice, that's such a horrible story.
I know.
By the way, Ken is not a male cat. Ken is a female cat.
He's
Very 2022.
He's technically a girl, but he's been raised as a boy.
Why?
I cannot...
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? It's a cat, for fuck's sake.
I cannot even look at him he doesn't even look like a girl. Sometimes I'll look at him and I'll think, you're actually
I'll
a
look at
girl.
him. This is a female cat.
Yeah, I'll look at him and I'll think, you're actually a girl. And then it just blows my mind because I'm like, no, you're not. You're a boy. He's just been raised as a girl.
How old is he?
He's about 3 now, I think.
Do you reckon Ken knows he's a girl?
Oh my God, we say this all the time. We're like, do you think he knows he's a girl? I don't know. I don't think he does. I think he thinks he's a boy.
So what's the other cat?
Harry.
And
He's
Harry
a boy.
is a boy.
Yeah.
Why do you raise one as a girl and one actually as a boy? Well, how did that happen?
Harry's a boy. They're both boys. Like Harry's a boy and Ken's a boy.
Yeah,
but Ken's actually a girl.
Right, now I'm confused.
Both
Ken's
my
a
cats,
girl.
Yeah.
That's what I just said. So why do you raise Harry as a boy when he is a boy and Ken as a boy when Ken's a girl?
Because I thought Ken was going to be a boy.
What do you mean you thought he was going to be a boy?
It just in my head, I just always imagine Harry having a little brother. So it was either, and as well, I just didn't imagine him being a girl. Like,
Why didn't you just get a girl cat?
I didn't want a girl. I wanted a boy cat.
Sorry, why didn't you just get a boy cat, is what I'm saying.
Well, I thought he was a boy cat. There was like, maybe they were a bit like, oh, he might be a girl. He was just like free from someone that lived nearby. They were like, oh, we've got these kittens and you can have one.
So why didn't you just get a boy cat?
Well, I thought he was a boy.
Yeah,
but he wasn't. He ended up being a girl. I just carried on him being a boy.
Why? I don't know why you do that.
Why? I can't
That's like me
swap.
picking up Skylar and going, oh, she's a girl. Ah, fuck it, I'll just call it Terry.
Yeah, but we thought that he was a boy until we took him to the vets, and the vets were like, he's a girl.
Yeah, and imagine me walking Skylar and go, oh, what's her name? It's Terry. Terry? What?
Yeah, but
that's not got a cock and balls.
He'd already had a couple of weeks of living life as a boy, so I'd got into my head he was a boy. He had his little blue collar on, and then the vet's like, oh, it's actually a girl. I was like, I'm not going to change everything now. He can carry on being a boy.
Well,
so that's why he's a boy. But you wouldn't look. You would never look at him and think he's a girl because he looks so boy-y.
He's a cat, and they all the same. True.
Well, I mean, I don't think they do. Yeah, I've got my bowl.
Tell me why.
Yeah.
You hate sitting on this side
It's my bad
because
side.
we've just had a kick-off before we started rolling that she wanted to sit in this seat, which is my seat, because this is not her good side. So why is it not your good side?
Okay, so I don't know many people in life that don't have a good side or a bad side. You are one of the only people I have ever met that you're like, I don't have a good side or a bad side. Everyone has got a good side, and my good side is this side, which is why I would want to be speaking to you like this, and you're not letting me.
Well, it's the way it's set up, though, isn't it? You can't change the setup of the.
I don't think it would make that much difference.
It would. It would. You can't just switch things around.
Well,
like
whatever, you got your own way, so it's fine, isn't it?
Well, that's true. What's the problem?
I'll just think, I wish I was on my good side. That's all.
So, are you going to sit well tomorrow? Do you think you'll sit well?
Yeah. Yeah, I will.
Are you good at taking pain?
Yeah, in my head, I would just be like, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I doing? I hate this. But it'll all be in my head. I won't.
I think you'll be surprised how gentle I am.
Yeah, I feel like you're going to be gentle.
I just think that because it's sort of like realistic and it's faint shade and it's soft, it's not going to be as painful as anything you've ever had.
No, I don't think it will either.
What's the worst painful one you've ever had?
My bum.
Lovely. Why?
I just think you don't expect a bum to be that painful, but people did say to me, oh, bum's really bad. And I just thought, oh, it's just a bum. It's not going to be. And it was brutal. Like, that really hurt.
Have you got both your bum cheeks
Just
done?
the one bum cheek, and I want the other one done, and I'm too scared. I will get it done, but it's bad. Yeah, that's my worst one.
Do you think that one day you'll be absolutely just full on bodysuit covered?
No.
But you want sleeves and stuff.
No, but I don't know if I don't want sleep. Like, I've not like, oh,
Would you
I
have your
can't
chest
wait
and that done?
No.
Stomach?
I think from tattooing people's stomachs and ribs and sternums, it's put me off.
Really?
Yeah, because nearly all of them cry.
Yeah, but you do solid line work, and I think that's well fucking painful.
I think it's way more painful as well, yeah.
See, when I'm tattooing people and I start doing line work, and I think, oh, God, it's going through me doing it. I think it's painful.
Yeah, it goes through me. And as well, don't you, this is what I always think. I think we find getting tattooed really painful because, you know, we do it all day, every day. We see that happening without feeling any pain. Then when it's happening to us, we're not used to seeing that and feeling something.
Yeah.
Which is why I think it hurts tattooists more to get tattooed.
Don't you think it's mad that, like, you tattoo someone for that long and in your head, you're not... I know you're putting them through pain, but because you're concentrating on the artwork being so good, you forget about the pain, don't you? Because I remember when I first started tattooing, they were like, oh, I didn't have any tattoos. And they were like, you need to tattoo yourself. And I was like, tattoo myself? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, you know, when you start thinking, I've never had a tattoo before and I don't want to get something shit. So I don't want to do a tattoo myself. And they were like, well, why should anyone let you tattoo them if you don't know what it feels like? And I was like, oh yeah, no, it fucking makes sense. And then when you do know what it feels like, and especially me, I'm fucking terrible for the pain. But I don't know how some of my customers sit that long. I don't understand it.
Same. When someone comes to me and they're all day and they sit all day getting tattooed, by the end of the day, I'm like, oh my God, I say to them, you've got no idea how solid you are. And they were like, oh, you bet you say that to everyone. And I'm like, no, you actually don't understand how solid you are.
Do you think that? Do you think you're good at getting tattooed by other people? By other people?
I don't feel like I am, but then it's because it's all in my head that I'm thinking, oh, I'm not.
Do you not feel like I think some people feel the pressure to not look like a pussy in front of the tattooist?
Oh, so they
push through. It's like a mental thing, isn't it? Like, whereas if they were like allowed to just go, oh, I'm not doing this now, they'd sack it off because they think of what you're going to think about them. They just go, I can't tap out. In their head, they're thinking, I can't tap out. And they push that bit more through.
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
I think a lot of my customers do that. And I don't get it because I'm a pussy when it gets tattooed. Because
you tattoo loads of boys, I think boys are more likely to do that.
What? Do you reckon? Like, I tattoo a lot of girls, though. Mind you, girls take it way better.
Yeah, they do.
They actually do, though. What I find lads do the most, you don't tattoo a lot of lads, do you?
Never.
No, never. It's a girls only tattooist.
I just think, I don't know what, when I design things, I design it in a girly way. So when I do occasionally tattoo a boy, normally it's my clients like husbands or boyfriends, I'll end up tattooing them. And when I'm drawing it, I have to say to myself, don't make it too girly, don't make it too girly. And then I'll do the tattoo and then I'll look at it and I'll be thinking, God, that's girly. And then I go, oh my God, it's so macho, isn't it? Because I have to like try and make
you blag them into it.
Yeah. And in my head, I'm thinking, God, that looks really girly.
So you'll just put the girly tattoo on them?
Well, no, I don't think it. Like when I'm doing it, I'm designing it
what
really
sort of
trying
tattoos
to rein
do you
in.
do for men?
It's more like, you know, like geometric-y, mandala-y sort of stuff, and I try and just make it look more manly. But then I'll do it, and I think.
But I see your like black and grey like mandala-y stuff, you put like loads of white and it looks sparkly and stuff.
Yeah.
And that,
so I try
which
and rein
obviously
them
looks
in.
well good. But do you do that if you're doing it for a man?
I'll try and rein it in. I think, I'll do a couple of sparkles and that's it.
So I still think you could make that look well good and manly, but just like...
I actually just like, it's like I hit a wall when I'm even just trying to design it. Like I'm just like...
Do you not just say, sorry, I'm not going to do that because, I don't think it'll look right. It'll look manly.
Sometimes, like I do say to people, oh, that's not going to... Like, I am very open. I say, oh, I only really do really girly things, but I can give it a go and see what you think. And they're always happy with it. Got to be, haven't they? Got it forever.
Do you know when you first started tattooing and you do pretty much anything, at what point did you find where you go, right, this is the style I like doing? And then how long was it like that you transitioned into like, that's all you do now? Do you know what I mean? Because I remember I used to tattoo all the time. We would do anything. Yeah, and then I started doing a bit of realistic stuff, doing like, I did a portrait and I thought, oh, I like doing this. I wanted to do that anyway when I watched the Miami Ink before it, but once I started doing it, I realized I liked black and grey realism. And then the more I did, the more people started being impressed with that. And then I stopped liking all the other stuff. And then I sort of found my avenue. And then I just worked on that. Where did you get, like, do you know, like, how you got into what you're doing now? Because that's all you do now, isn't it? Girly stuff.
Yeah, but I don't feel like it's a specific. I feel like mine's still quite broad. Like, I don't feel like I've, like, pinned down a specific style.
Do you not think? I think when I look at your Instagram, I think it's very specific.
Really?
Proper,
I don't
like,
ever feel like that.
big, bold, girly colours. Like, it's very feminine. Like, it's bright and colourful, but obviously very feminine. And that's what I think I see.
I'd say it's girly, but I'd say it's not like, I don't feel like you could, I don't know what category I fit in, you know, like, like neo-traditional or, I don't know. You know,
well,
like,
you've got your own,
like
that's what I mean. You've got
like,
your own style, haven't you? Whereas realism's realism. Like, it's not like, I mean, everyone tattoos slightly differently. Like I know if someone walks into the shop, I can, like, do you know Luke, who won Tattoo Artist of the Year?
Yeah.
I was tattooing one of his old customers the other day. I was doing a portrait on him, and I said, did Luke say I do that tattoo? Didn't know him. And he was like, yeah, how the fuck do you know that? I said, I can just tell.
You can tell, yeah.
So can you, like, your style, I think, is very you.
Yeah, maybe that, because my customers say that to me. Like, they'll say, oh, I was in so-and-so the other day and someone stopped me and said, oh my God, did Alice Perrin do that?
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, yeah, how do you know? But then I suppose I get like that. Like, someone will come to my shop and I'll go, oh my God, did so-and-so do that? And they'll be like, wow, yeah, how do you know that? But you just recognise people's
styles. Isn't that
styles,
weird?
don't
Like,
you? Yeah.
I used to think it was weird because when I worked in New Skin, I used to work at this tattooist called Dill, and he'd been tattooing 30 odd years. And he used to do that all the time. He'd go, did so-and-so do that? Did so-and-so do that? And name all these tattooists, and they'd be like, yeah, how do you know that? He goes, I can just tell. And I used to go, how can you tell whose work that is?
Yeah.
But as you get more experience, you just can.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? Do you think you could tell my work?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Easily. Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, funny enough, I've seen some girl came into my shop a while back. I don't know if she'd tattooed her yet. She'd been tattooed by Sketch, but he'd done your style. He must have used your work as a reference for the style she wanted.
Yeah.
And first time, I thought it was your work. And I went, did Alice do it? She went, no, Sketch did it, but he was looking at, like, Alice's work for reference and that.
Really?
Yeah. It's weird, that, isn't it?
Little thief.
Yeah. Dropped him in it there.
No, it's okay. I don't mind sharing with him.
So, you know, on social media,
Yeah.
you don't post anything apart from your work, do you?
No, I'm not very good at it.
Not good at it, or just choose to do that?
I've got into my head that the best time to post a picture is at 8:15 in the evening.
Any night?
Only weeknights.
Yeah.
So if I've got a tattoo that I want to upload, I think, right, I'll make sure I do that at 8:15 tonight. And then if I look at my phone, I think, oh, it's gone 8:15. I think, oh, I'll do it tomorrow then.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Don't know.
But have you looked at your stats on it? Because, you know, if you look at your stats, it tells you what nights and what. Funny enough, it does. It tells you what, like, days people most look at your page, or what times. It tells you all that. But I'm the same. I never post at a specific time. I post randomly. I just post when I want to post.
No, I like to do it at 8:15.
Yeah, like I did a tattoo the other day and I finished at like 11:30 in the morning and just posted it straight away.
Oh, really?
And if anyone else would say...
I would never post in the middle of the day.
Yeah. But I know, and people probably say to me, you shouldn't do that. Like, that's not when you're going to get the best engagement. But I just think, I fucking don't care, really.
Yeah. See, I don't care enough either to post something. I think I upload maybe 1 or 2 pictures a month.
I think... I know, like, because you've got followers and stuff, like, people would naturally be like, you need to use it to your advantage, which obviously you should. But I just find social media so like much of a ball ache to fucking keep up with.
It is.
And I don't want to be on it that much to think, oh, I've got to post it this time and I've got to post it this time and I should do this and I should do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm too busy tattooing.
No, I know. And that's the thing. With our jobs, once you've got your gloves on, can't do anything else. We can only do one thing at a time, which is do a tattoo.
Yeah.
You can't be doing social media or anything else whilst you're doing a tattoo.
Yeah, like I've even tried, right, making some tattoo videos right? So I'll have a job in.
Oh God, don't. I've tried doing them and it's so difficult.
It is, because the amount of time wasted in like, even though like it's like, it could be like a 30-second or a minute video, like you film one thing and then you think, right, I don't need anything now, I'll start doing this tattoo, and then you stop to film another thing, and then you need to set the camera up on a tripod to fucking film you doing this, and then film it on this, and then, but that's all the in between bits of the tattoo. And I think, do you know what? Sometimes I can't even get a 10-minute break in a day, because if I don't tattoo throughout that whole time, I won't finish till like 7 at night.
No, I know.
So I do it like once or twice, and I think, to get that 1 minute video, it's been a stressful fucking day.
Yeah. When I see people uploading reels and stuff, I think, oh God, you've got so much time on your hands, or well done for doing that.
Yeah.
I just think, yeah, I don't even know where to start with it.
Can't be
And
asked.
as well, oh my God, this has been pissing me off so much for years and years and years. I can't put music on the background of an Instagram video, so I just
Why?
don't bother.
What do you mean? Why?
You know where it says you know where you add music to something?
Yeah.
If you go on mine and press the music, whatever you type in, nothing will come up ever. I can't get music. And it's really annoying me, because years and years ago, when I went to, where did we go? I think we'd gone to Dublin, me and Gwynna had, and we were on the bus, and there was this suitcase just like spinning around and doing its own thing, like someone had just like not been looking after it, and it was like sliding all over the bus. And I did a really good video of it, and I was trying to put ABBA Dancing Queen music behind it, and I couldn't. It just wouldn't let me.
Why? You don't know why?
Yeah, it just won't let me.
So if you try and make a reel, it won't let you do anything?
No, can't add music. Can't add music to an Instagram story or anything.
Really?
Yeah, I'll let you have a look at it later. I can't. Yeah, it won't work.
Have you got your page set up as something like is it a business page or something personal? Or? That's weird.
Yeah, can't do anything. So that, if I could get music in the background, I'd actually probably post videos more, because then I'd think, oh, it's cool then, 'cause you've got a bit of music in there. But no one wants to listen to, like, you know, me shuffling around in the background and like.
Can you not
just
even
move
mute
this
it?
way.
I mean, not that you'd upload a video with no music, but it's a bit boring still, isn't it?
But yeah, it's still boring.
Funny enough, though, I did a reel a while ago of an Elvis portrait I did, and put like an Elvis song to it. And then when I went back and looked at it a few weeks ago, it said this sound has now been deleted, but like it doesn't let you put new sound over it. So now it is just a blank, it's just a video with no music or no noise on it.
Really?
Yeah, just took it away from it. It's like, what's the point in having that video up now?
Yeah.
It's a bit like boring, isn't it? But Instagram and Facebook are linked, aren't they? So Facebook
Yeah, yours are,
own
'cause
Instagram,
when
don't
you
they?
post something, I always see it on my Facebook.
What, on Instagram?
Yeah, if you post something on Instagram, it'll always post on your Facebook as well. But I think mine
No, I
isn't
do that.
linked.
I post it on Facebook as well.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I just post it on all things at the same time.
God, you love it, don't you?
Love it. No, I don't. Do you know what, though? You know Facebook own Instagram, yeah?
Yeah.
So did I tell you that they shadow banned me?
No, I don't. See, I don't even know what that means.
I didn't know what it means until Sai phoned me and he goes, I think you've been shadow banned on Instagram, mate. And I went, what the fuck is shadow banned? And he went, where like your account's not been deleted, but you know, you have to literally type in Jay Hutton tattoo, the whole thing. Like, you know, if you type in Jay, my name will come up if you search me before. You have to type in my whole @name to even see it. Otherwise it doesn't pop up. So they've like restricted your account basically. And I was like, why? And I was like, what's that for? And he was like, don't know. And then, do you know what it was?
What?
So do you know the Q&A things I do?
Yeah.
You've seen what people write to me on there.
Horrendous things.
Horrendous things. And some of them I don't even post. They're even worse, right? So if you think some of the shit people write to me, yeah, and you know I always banter people back. So someone had wrote something to me and I bantered them back and it wasn't even bad. It was just a joke. And then fucking got a message off Instagram saying, we're restricting your account for 30 days or something, and show me the post. And I was like, what? I thought, all the shit people write to me, all the years of like, you'll get it as well, like the DMs and the trolls you've had. And I write one thing, which is a bit of banter, and they've now shadow banned me. So I was like, what the fuck? And then after that, I didn't realize at this point that Facebook and Instagram were also linked. And did you see the thing about Mike Tyson punching that guy on the plane?
Punching a guy on a plane?
Yeah, so some guy, Mike Tyson sat on a plane,
Yeah.
and this video went viral because this idiot sat behind him, like just, giving him, like, he's off his head, this lad, drunk, and he's just spouting away. Mike Tyson just sat there, obviously trying to just ignore him and whatnot. And this lad just being an absolute arsehole. Anyway, skips the video, and Mike Tyson turns around and just starts smashing his head in, basically, like just punching him and that. So this went viral, right? And loads of people on Twitter and everything were talking about it, saying, oh, I don't condone what Mike Tyson did. He should have handled it better. One, it's Mike Tyson. Two, like, if someone's being like that, what do you expect? So loads of people writing about it. And I wrote a thing on Facebook saying something like, everyone's, talking about how they don't condone Mike Tyson doing this, that, and the other. But, at the end of the day, if you're just going to be disrespectful to someone because you think you can get away with it and just be a knobhead for no reason, then you deserve a smack in the mouth.
Yeah.
I'm not joking, within 2 minutes, Facebook wrote a thing to me saying, we're taking this post down because you're inciting violence. And if you don't accept it, basically, that they were going to practically delete the account.
Really?
Yeah. I'm thinking, I'm saying that this lad is in the wrong and he fucking deserved it. Right? Another one, they popped up again because Lad Bible shared a thing about something about bullies. Well, if you caught bullying, then you can, it can be a criminal offence and you can get done for it. So I had a picture of someone bullying someone. So I shared it and put, yes to this, little rats.
Yeah.
Did the same thing, banned me again for 30 days. I'm like, that's how they silence you. Because now they'll just take your account away.
That's how they silence
It's
you.
true though, isn't it? Because
Yeah,
they've done it to Paddy, didn't they?
Yeah.
They just deleted his accounts. When people were trolling him for years, he gives it back.
Yeah, that's the thing I think
sticks it
is
up
bad
for
is
people,
like,
and then they just deleted his account.
I think it's bad that like trolls can get away with what they get away with, and then you're then not allowed to stick up for yourself or say anything back because then you're the one then that gets done.
It's mental, isn't it?
But how do trolls get away with it?
Well, I know exactly, because they make up little fake accounts, don't they? And the thing is, you probably know this yourself. I don't know if you've had terrible trolling over the years, have you?
Like a little bits here and there.
Yeah. You don't post about it, do you? You don't screenshot it and post it. Like, imagine if you did post all the things, and also even like people harassing the shit out of you. Like, as a girl, I'm sure you probably get it. Like, I know I've had loads of stuff where like lads are fucking sending me dirty
filth.
fucking And if I'd have just, so I thought, the amount of times I've read stuff, I thought, imagine if I just screenshot that and put that up and your account's available there. The amount of people that would be on your back.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm choosing not to do that because you'll get a load of shit for it. But then Instagram, that'll send me messages like that when I'm just having a bit of banter and it's not even a big deal.
No, I know. It's
fucked
hard
up.
as well because like the trolls, they do it because they think, oh, they'll never see it, so I'll just send it anyway.
Yeah.
Or someone will send you a dick pic thinking, oh, she'll never look at that, so I'll just send a dick pic. And
Do
you're
people send you dick pics?
oh, I don't know anymore. I deleted my Snapchat because I used to get horrible videos on there all the time.
Because Snapchat's there and gone, isn't it?
Yeah, so I
So
just
people,
deleted
I bet
that.
they think they get
I
away
haven't
with
been
it more.
on it in years.
No, I deleted it years ago.
Ugh. Oh God, I've seen some horrible things on there.
That's bad though, isn't it? That you've had to delete it because people, mind you can make it private, obviously, can't you? But make your Snapchat and that.
Yeah, I don't do that. That's what the youngsters do anyway, isn't it?
Use a bit of Snapchat. Isn't it weird that people still use it? Because I remember Snapchat being out years ago, and then like I've got cousins and that who are young, like that age group, and they still
love
use
it.
They don't even
They
use
don't-
WhatsApp.
yeah,
they use Snapchat.
Do you know that's how people tell whether you're old now? If you use WhatsApp, it means you're old.
Really?
Yeah, apparently WhatsApp isn't that cool anymore. I find it annoying not be like if someone texts me, I'd be like, "Why have you texted me? Why don't you just WhatsApp me?"
Yeah.
Like, don't you think it's weird? Because when you WhatsApp, it's not that much effort, and you can just send a few things. But when you text, you feel like you have to say loads. Do you know what I mean? You have to like, you have to fill out a text message. But in WhatsApp, you can send loads of things. Like,
Do you think that's because a text message is limited though, isn't it? Whereas WhatsApp, you can
No, but
voice
it's
note
not
and you can
anymore,
do
is
the
it?
emojis. What? Of text message?
yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can do the exact same things, really.
Do youngsters think that texting is
Can I get comfier?
okay? Do you know any youngsters that think that if they think WhatsApp is for old people and we think texting is for older people, imagine what they think about texting.
Yeah, they probably think texting is like
Grandma.
they're probably like, when you have some things that come with your phone, like what's one of the things? Oh, you've got an Android, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't really know anyway. But you're not. Neither of you are Androiders, are you?
I'm an iPhone user. He's an Android user.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
Don't you think there's a real
Exactly.
difference in people? Like no offense.
Do you
but
judge
I would
people
look
by
at
their
you-
phone?
I would look at you and I think, yeah, you've got an iPhone.
Really?
Yeah,
Would you have thought he had an Android?
maybe because he's wearing the headphones. Oh, why didn't see you with them on?
That is so funny.
But
That is so weird.
And I'm not
Tell
like,
me. No, go on. Tell me.
I could, like from a mile off, I knew that you had a Samsung when I first met you.
Why? Go on.
This is absolutely no disrespect to you because I'm not putting
No
you.
disrespect
I'm not
to you, but
putting
fuck
you
him.
in the same bracket at all. Chavi.
Oh, Anna, come on.
You know I always call you a chav.
Yeah, she's called me a child from day one.
Yeah, and you just stink of a Samsung, you do. You're such an Android person.
Yeah, you're
And as
a
well,
stuck-up iPhone kind of girl.
The worst thing about Android users is the emojis.
What about them? What
They're
do you mean?
not the same as ours, so you can tell when someone's got an Android because, like, you know, if you post something on Instagram and you use your Android emojis, they don't look like iPhone
Well,
ones. And
I did not know that.
They look chavvy.
Why do they though? I don't. Why are they so different?
Like, you know, an iPhone crying face is like, you know, like the laughing crying
No,
face.
I don't know the difference. I really don't know what the difference
How
is.
can you not? It is so much classier on an iPhone.
Well, I don't know. I
So,
can't
yeah.
believe you could tell. We're gonna have to play this game, you know, when we're out later. We'll go which thing,
Oh my God,
Android or Samsung.
100%. Because
Android or Samsung?
there's also another
Android,
game I'm really
iPhone.
good at. I can tell how tall someone is just by looking at them.
How tall?
Yeah.
Go on. What's Jacob?
Jacob, stand up for me. You are 5'7".
Almost 5'8".
I don't think you are. See, no. I don't think you are. So this is the only time the game doesn't work because boys lie about their height. So I actually do think you are 5'7", and I think you tell people you're 5'8".
Maybe you're right. 5'8" on Tinder.
Do you know what I am?
I'd say you're 5'9".
5'10". Do you know why I'm 5'10"? And I know I'm 5'10" for a fact.
Go on.
Because I always thought I was 5'11", and I got
Oh
measured.
no, you're not 5'11".
Look at that.
If you're saying you're 5'10", you're literally on the cusp.
What are you? 6'2"?
No, I'm 5'8".
No, you're not.
Yes, I
Alice.
am. Yes, I am, and that's why I know he's not 5'8".
5'8". My arse.
I am. I'm 5'8". I'm not happy about it. Why would I lie?
Is that
Because
because
you-
massive? Because they've got a good 3 inches on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taller with them on.
Why would I lie? You've raised your cat as a fucking girl or a boy. That's why you'd lie. You're lying to your own fucking pet.
Yeah, no, I am 5'8". I'm 175 centimeters tall.
Who measured you? Yourself, I bet. Where
No,
you go.
I've been
and
measured
you go,
loads. I've been measured loads of times.
What? And you're always the same.
But I reckon I've been the same since year 11.
Really?
I've always been tall. I was always the tallest in class
Were you?
until like the boys started growing. Yeah.
Do you like being tall?
No.
Really?
Oh my God, no. I just feel like, I don't know, I'm just taking up too much space, you know? I'd way rather just be little and small.
That's so weird.
Why?
Anyway,
Yeah, okay.
should we talk about Love Island?
Finally. All I've been wanting to talk about all day and
Go
just
on.
haven't let me speak about it.
Yeah, go on. Say what you want to say.
All I've been wanting to say all day is, so what do you think of Love Island?
Well, first of all, I'm not up to date on it. I haven't watched it every night.
Okay.
So I've watched bits and bobs of it. I think it's shit this year.
No.
I don't like the new villa I think the new villa's a bit
It's
weird.
hard to work out your bearings where everyone is, isn't it?
And don't you think that everyone seems really young in it? Like really young.
I think.
And I think it's just like the stuff they say, and I don't understand what they're talking about.
There are a couple of youngsters in there, but then there are some people that are a bit older, which I think is nice. You know,
Do you understand what they're saying to each other?
No.
Yeah. So like that's I think where I watch it a few times and I've been like, I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Like I don't know what they're saying. The way lads and girls talk to each other now when they're trying to date each other and whatnot.
It's weird, isn't it?
I don't get it.
No.
I don't know how it's attractive on either part.
Like, what do you call snogging?
Snogging.
Yeah, like what?
Snogging.
Same. have you ever heard someone on Love Island calling it a snog?
What have they been calling it?
They've been calling it lipsin.
Shut up.
No, honestly.
I haven't even
I'm like,
watched
just
that much
call
of it.
it
then.
what it is. It's a snog. Just call it a snog. They're not
Lipsin.
saying. Yeah.
This other word I don't understand. Leng.
Huh?
Exactly that. She's Leng.
I've never ever heard of that. I've never heard of Lang.
Lang.
I've never heard anyone say that.
What does that even mean?
Where have you heard that?
On there. One of them said it. And I was
I
like,
must just-
what
I
the
must
fuck
just be
does Leng
oblivious
mean?
to it.
What?
Lang.
Yeah, she's Leng, she is. And I was like, what was he called her there? That can't mean she's fit. I can't even believe that, like, do you know, it's funny, when you were younger and you used to say things and your mum and dad go, why are you talking like that? Or why are you saying that?
Yeah.
Don't you? It's weird now that you watch that. Like, if I had a kid and they were talking like that, I'd go, what are you talking about? Speak properly.
Yeah. Like me and all my friends, if something was like, you wouldn't say, oh, it's really hot in here. You'd go, oh, it's hot 20.
Who says that?
That's what we always, like, what me and my friends used to say at school.
Hot 20, why?
Yeah, like 20. It just means, like, saying 20 means, like, really something, like I could be like, oh, I'm thirsty 20. And that means, like, I'm really thirsty.
What, like 20's the max?
Yeah.
Why 20?
I don't know. It's just what we used to say. Like, if you
weird,
saw,
though?
basically, it'd be like if you saw someone fit, you go, oh, they are fit 20.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, but if I went to Love Island and called someone fit 20, they'd be like, what?
What would you reckon you'd be like if you're in Love Island? Oh my God, I don't know how anyone would know how to take you in there.
What do you mean?
Oh my God, I don't think no one would know what to do with you, I don't think.
I don't know why you think that. I actually don't.
Fucking strange, honest.
Yeah, but this is what I think's weird. You think I'm really weird, but I think you're really weird.
How do you think I'm weird? I'm fucking
I think you're
straight down normal.
No, you're not. You know, because you're so boring about things. I find it weird that you think I'm weird because I always think I'm more normal than what you are.
Oh, Alice,
I'm not
stop
joking.
it.
I'm not even joking.
Stop it. That is not true. That is not true. Give me an example.
Just like, you know, like how you've got all your funny little ways about things.
No, I don't. I don't know what you're talking about. You tell me, but I've got funny ways. I don't think I have.
Very bland with what you wear. Like the same thing every day.
Yep. Minimalist.
Yeah, but you're not open to trying new things, are you?
Anis, what would I put on that's different to what I wear now where you go, oh, that looks really good on him?
I can't believe that it's 30 degrees outside and you're wearing a pair
It's
of
because we're filming a podcast and we're going for food afterwards.
Black socks and black tight jeans. Like, you must be sweltering.
I am absolutely sweating my tits off, but it's because we're going for food after.
Yeah, we are, aren't we? Yeah.
So, like, what am I supposed to wear? Shorts and t-shirt and then just rock up to a fucking nice place and be like...
Well, you didn't tell me you were going to a nice place and I'm just wearing...
Didn't get a chance, really?
Oh, yeah, we're not allowed to speak, were we? No, save that for the podcast.
Yeah. Go on, carry on.
What about why you're weird?
Yeah, because nothing you've said is weird. It's just who I am.
Things like, you know, you do that thing where you're like, oh, have you seen this video? And then you spend hours and hours and hours. We have to watch the same, like, similar videos on YouTube. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good one. That's good.
You said to me,
No,
when I
said,
come down, we'll have to watch loads of this stuff.
Yeah,
Because
about
you like it, Annis.
near-death experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll watch near-death experiences. Loads of that tonight.
You like all that, though, don't you?
Love it.
Bearing in mind, while we're at it,
Yeah.
I wanted to get someone on this podcast to talk about a near-death experience.
Yeah, we want someone on who talks
Yeah.
about near-death experience.
But not as in, like, you had a car crash and you nearly died.
We want to know people who've seen the light.
Yeah.
We want people who have died and come back to life. Like, you know, with the...
Yeah. Someone
Things.
because a near-death experience is not what you think it is. Like, if you say it, it sounds like, oh, I just nearly died. I had this accident and I nearly died and I came back from it. No. A near-death experience is when someone, for example, dies on the operating table, have said that they've left their bodies and seen themselves and seen everything that went on.
Yeah.
And when they've been brought back to life, they come back and clarified everything that happened while they were clinically dead. And the doctors are mind blown. They don't know how they know that because their brain was shut down, their heart was shut down, and they were dead. But then they brought them back.
Don't we?
Yeah.
We absolutely love this. Like, we spend hours talking about this, don't we?
Yeah, like it's
We're
so
obsessed with near-death experiences.
so like I'm not religious at all. You're not religious, are you? You looked unsure then.
No, I'm not religious, but I believe that there's something.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not religious and stuff like that. So when I started looking at all this stuff, I don't know how you can watch it and then go, don't believe that.
Yeah, no, I
When
agree.
it's happened to millions of people, not like just one or two or a couple of hundred, millions of people across the globe, not nailed down to a specific country or a specific type of person, all across the world. How can you not believe it when someone's telling you to a T what happened and then actual scientists and doctors have clarified that that is actually what went on?
Yeah.
How can you, like, when I've told people who are like, don't believe in it, like when they think that when you die, that's it, shut off, lights out, it's done. Never coming back. Okay. Well, obviously not coming back, but it's done. When I tell them about stuff like this, and like, obviously, you know, we've seen mediums and stuff, and the things they tell you, I don't know how you can say, don't believe it.
I know.
What do you mean you don't believe it? Like, they've said certain things that are going to happen and then they've happened. Like, how can you say that that's not real when it did happen?
I love it so much.
Have you ever had a weird experience where you think, apart from the E4 thing, where you think that was a sign, have you ever had anything where you think, oh my God, that is just unexplainable?
Only my things with the 136.
Yeah, but do you know what?
I think that's a sign of something.
I watched this woman talking about being successful, yeah, and she was talking about this on a podcast, and she was saying that you can wire your brain to see things that you want to see in terms of, like, so she said she's done I don't know if she's done a book or something like that, and it's called Looking for Hearts. So once you start looking for hearts, like, you'll see hearts everywhere.
Do you know what this is like?
What?
This is like when I was learning to drive and my mum and dad were like, oh, we'll get you this car. Really, really shit car. a Fiat Seicento. And I was like, wow, what's one of those? I've never seen one before. As soon as they showed me what one was, saw them everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just never seen it before. And then because you then know about it, you see it everywhere.
Yeah, and what she was saying was that it's like you trigger something in your mind that then it's almost like a subconscious thing. You're always on the lookout. Like when you wanted to buy your Range Rover, you saw Range Rovers everywhere.
Yeah.
The type you wanted, everything.
Yeah.
The car I've got, I'd never seen one. When Dan told me about it, she was like, you should get this. I was like, I've never seen one of them. See them everywhere. Like, it's weird. Like, so the way she was trying to, like, relate it to success is that if you are completely focused on something, that things will start, like, you'll find ways, somehow your brain will find a path
Yeah.
to where you want to go. So why did we get onto this conversation? Oh, the 136. So I think, do you reckon because it's your favourite number and you've got a thing with it, that's why you're seeing it
Yeah,
everywhere?
because if I then change my favourite number to 175, I'd see 175 everywhere. But because it's not a number that's important to me, if I saw 175, I wouldn't think anything of it. But because 136 is important, when I see it, I notice it.
See, like if I said to you now, every time you see a number 13, take a picture of it and send it to me. I bet in the week I'll have loads of pictures of 13s.
Yeah.
You'll just find them everywhere.
Yeah, you do.
Isn't it weird? So, but apart from that, have you had any other experiences where you thought, I don't know how to explain that?
No, not unless like you go down like a ghosty. Well, I suppose it's not a ghosty route, but I was watching something once. Me and Gwen were watching something on Netflix. Have you watched The Sinner on Netflix?
The Sinner? No.
I don't think you have. And then there's this one scene. I think it's in season 3, and these guys like they go to this party, and there's like a medium kind of man there who says he can communicate with something on the other side or whatever, and they're going there and he's like doing this thing and they're all sat around, and then he's saying like, if you're here, show us a sign, make your presence known, show us a sign. It like, and it keeps getting more and more, and you know, like all the music's going and it's building up, and you're like, oh my God, something's gonna happen. And then my telly cut out.
Do you reckon that's weird?
Do you not think that's someone going, all right, if he wants a sign that bad, we'll turn the telly off?
I don't know.
Do you not think that's creepy?
Yeah, I think it's creepy. But like, I see
rubbish,
what I
wasn't
need
it?
when I think about it, because I'm not like someone who just goes, that's a sign about everything, that's a sign. Because I think you could find a sign in everything, couldn't you? So I feel like I need something where it goes, that is stone cold proof. That is legit.
Yeah, but like what?
Well, you know, I won't go into detail, but when I went to see the medium and some of the stuff she told me, I was like, there's no way she could know that. There's absolutely no way. There's not a way on earth that she could find anything like that anywhere and know that.
Oh, I have got one, haven't I?
What?
That lady I tattooed. Remember? And then she was like, asked about my nan's name.
Oh, yeah.
So I had this lady. She was called Jane. She's a very nice lady. She came in for a tattoo. And it was around the time that I was still at uni, and I was doing my end of year, like show, project, whatever. The subject was called Hidden and Revealed. And I had based a lot of my work around my nan because she'd had quite a traumatic childhood, and all these things had sort of like come out the woodwork after she died, of all these things. And then there was like another child that no one knew about, things like that. It was all very like complex. And so this lady Jane, she was saying to me, oh, you're doing your end of year show, are you? And I was just saying like, yeah, I am. And she didn't really ask anything about it, but she sort of went, is it to do with somebody that you're close, like you're basing it on someone who's a relative? And I was like, yeah, I'm revolving it all around my nan. And then I just thought, well, maybe she knows my mum or something. Couldn't really work out why she'd said that. And she was like, oh, what was your nan's name? And I said my nan's name, and she went, no, that's not her name. And I went, oh, well, her maiden name was this. And I said what her maiden name was. And she went, no, it's not her name. She goes, she's got the same name as you. And my middle name is Isabel. And when my nan was born, she was called Isabel. And when she was young, her parents died and she got adopted by a family, and they changed her name. So she was like called Isabel for like her younger years. And then they changed her name. They called her Janet. So she wasn't allowed to be called Isabel anymore. And then that's like part of the reason why my middle name is Isabel.
Oh, really?
And then this lady, she was like, no, she's got the same name as you. And I went, she was like, what's your name? And I said, Alice Isabel Perrin. And she went, Isabel. And I was like, oh my God, how would you know that? Because my nan was raised as Janet, so how would you know that? And that's not something I would ever speak about, or like how would she know that? There's no way she would know.
That is so weird. And you know when we went to see that medium?
Yeah.
So when my mum got in contact with her, all she had was my mum's first name.
Yeah.
Like we'd not paid like a deposit or anything like that, so there's no bank details, nothing where she could find out. There was no second. Mum didn't give her a second name. She just had my mum's first name, and that was it. And she was like, "See you in so and so. See you on whatever date," and that was it. So she had no way until we got there. She wouldn't have known who my mum was, known anything about her. There's no way she could have found out anything. And then to just tell us all stuff like that was like... Plus, like, I keep my private life private.
Yeah.
Like, so there's not like I don't even post about... I've never posted about my mum and dad and stuff like that because it's always been private. So there's no way she could
knew
know stuff.
She knew really like detailed stuff, didn't she?
Yeah, and it wasn't like she
with you?
just like... Because me and Dan went there and we were like, right, I'm not going to give her anything because I'm a skeptic. I want her to tell me stuff without giving anything away. And that's what it was like. She told us stuff and I was like, how the fuck do you know that?
Yeah.
Don't understand how you can... And then how... Like, Lee is a complete skeptic. And I knew he'd be like, don't believe it, don't believe it. And he was like... I told him everything that happened. He was like... I said, so how do you explain it? And he was like, listen, he goes, I don't know how she's done that. And I don't know how she knows that stuff. He said, but my logical brain will not allow me to believe it. He said, I can't believe that she's telling you stuff and knows it without there being some way that she's found out. And I was like, there's absolutely not a route that she could have took for certain specific things. Other things you could go, maybe, but even that would have took a lot of effort and a lot of time. And this was 40 quid.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, like, this, to find out the stuff she did and be that on point for 40 quid, really? It's a lot of stress to go through, innit? To try and get you bang on.
I think that people like that, they've tuned into a part of their brain that some people haven't.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Like, you know how Lee's like, oh, my logical brain won't let me believe that.
Yeah.
He's just not opening his brain up to, like, the bigger
possibility.
picture to be able to, like, understand.
But that's what they say,
Things
innit?
like
Like,
that.
if you're completely closed off to the possibility of it, you'll never believe anything. Which obviously that's true, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
it's like those people who go, you hear a story that's stone cold proof about like these people who dive on operating tables, and they'll go, yeah, I saw what you were doing. So you said this, blah, 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 blah. And then when they're brought back to life, they tell the doctors, and the doctors are like mind blown. How can you watch that and go, don't believe it? What do you mean you don't believe it? Like,
'Cause it
the
happened.
doctor went, that's exactly what we said, while in those 20 minutes while you were classed as clinically dead.
Yeah.
And you're saying I was at my body in the corner room and I was floating above it, watching you do the operation. I watched you cut this part of my arm and do this and try and get this done. And like, how can you say that? I don't believe that.
I love that when people are like, say they float out their body and
Some
they
of
can
the
see
stuff,
everything.
Some of the stuff I've watched, I'm like, do you remember the one I showed you about the guy who was like, he died when, like, he had something happened and he died when he was 15. He died on the operating table. He was ill, died when he was 15. They brought him back to life. When they brought him back to life, he said that he'd seen his nan in heaven and all this stuff. And he'd seen a few family members, which he got right. And then he'd seen that guy that he didn't know who he was. And they were like, but I could just feel like we knew each other, and I could feel like he loved me type thing, but I didn't recognize him at all. And then 15 years later, he's like 30 now. And then his mum died and was dying, and she was on her deathbed. And she was like, she confessed to him on her deathbed that his dad who brought him up wasn't really his dad. And his real dad was a Jewish man who was taken away by the Nazis and never seen again. And when she showed him a picture of him, he was like, that's the man I saw when I died when I was 15. And
Yeah.
he never
there's no
knew
way
about him.
Yeah.
So how would he know who that, like, how would he have seen that guy if he's never seen him before and he goes, that's the guy I saw when I died?
Yeah.
I knew.
It doesn't make sense, does it?
But then it made sense that that's why his dad was looking at him like he loved him. And
Yeah.
he was like, I just felt safe with him. Isn't that weird?
I love
But there's
it
like,
so
this is like,
much.
people might watch that, what I've just said, and go, yeah, whatever, one-off story. There's millions of stories like this,
Yeah.
not just like, and these scientists were saying that the reason they don't speak out about, like, there was a woman who had a near-death experience, and when she came out, her doctor had said, listen, we have a lot of people say these things to us, and they're not hallucinations because the part of the brain that hallucinates was shut off because you were classed as clinically dead, so you can't even hallucinate, so it's not that. And he was like, we get so many people saying this. And then her local newspaper did an article on her, excuse me, and they said, would your doctor be willing to talk about this? And she was like, yeah. And when they went to speak to him, he wouldn't say anything about it and wouldn't say that he agreed with what she'd said and stuff like that. And when she spoke to him again, he was like, because in our profession, we'd be laughed out of our jobs. We'd probably lose our jobs because we can't lead people into a false sense of security where, you know, like, imagine if someone was dying and you're like, don't worry, it's not the end. And they just go, all right, I'm not going to bother fighting then.
Yeah.
And they give up. And then the family members be like, they just gave up because you told them it's not the end, you know. They can't give that sort of, they can be sued, anything,
as
couldn't
well,
they?
it's not like, it's not like a scientific thing that people can prove. It's just lots of people's stories, isn't it? So they can't like prove it or record it happening or anything. So that's why they can't be like, oh, it is true, this thing does happen.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It can't be measured, can it?
Yeah.
So they don't know how to, because there was a scientist saying that, you know, it happened to a scientist, and he was like, we can't measure it, so like, how can we prove it if we can't measure it? But he was talking about it anyway. Last thing before we wrap this up, what are you up to now
What do you mean?
in life? Because people will watch and be like, you know, they watch Tattoo Fixers and now Tattoo Fixers isn't on anymore.
Yeah.
Like I get people saying to me, so what do you do now Tattoo Fixers over? And I'm like, still a tattooist. I was a tattooist before it, I was a tattooist on it, and I'm a tattooist after it.
Why do people say that? Yeah, well, yeah, I'm still doing tattoos.
But it, like, I just think people think once you've been on telly that you should be
Carry on being on telly.
Yeah, but I think what a lot of people don't realise about us is that we did that show because we were tattooists. And it was a tattoo show. And obviously we did a few things off it. But I'm sure you've said no to a lot of things, like I have. Like there's a lot of shows that people will go, oh, you should do this, and they offer it you, and you're like, that's just not me.
No, I know. Yeah, I wouldn't do anything that wasn't me.
Yeah, and I don't think people quite understand.
I think people think that if you've been on telly, then you should just do everything else that comes your way that's on telly.
Yeah.
But telly's hard.
Yeah.
Telly's really hard work.
I know, and people like probably think, but it's not. It's like they see the glam side of it. But like I tell people, you know, like you see Tattoo Fixers, it's an hour. Like that's 3 days of filming.
More than that.
To get the
I reckon it's a week of filming.
To get like that 1 hour, like we've done like what? Potentially at least a 12-hour day, maybe 18 hours.
We've done
Like
some days, you know, we'd have to start at 8 and we'd be tattooing, especially the ones when we were on holiday and they'd go on so late. Sometimes we wouldn't finish till 3 a.m.
And it was like, yeah, so like you're doing anything between 12 and 18, 19-hour days. And that's not fun.
No.
Like people go like,
Yeah, but it was,
to be fair,
it was fun.
Malia, I think the Holiday Fixers, the first one, was the best out of them all.
It was so funny.
That was the best like we had such a wicked time, didn't we?
Yeah, it was so good.
And even though like the filming was long, I think because we were out in the sun and we did
yeah,
other
you
things,
don't mind
didn't we?
as much, do
No.
you? Because you're on holiday.
But like filming is hard. Like
really hard work. And it reminded me how hard work it was. You know, in the car on the way here, when everything I tried to say, you were like, save it.
Yeah.
Save it for the podcast. We want it first time. How much was it like that on Tattoo Fixers?
Yeah.
Not allowed to speak to your customer until they filmed you.
Yeah.
Because they were like, no, don't speak to them. We want this on camera. Don't speak to them. And then it just, you know, like there's no, like you can't get into anything. And like even with tattooing, you can't get into the flow of it because they're like, oh, can you just stop? Can you don't colour in that bit? We want to film that bit getting coloured in. Or, oh, we want a close up of this bit. Or can you move this way? Can you just pretend you're tattooing for a bit so we can get this shot? Like everything is so staggered and you have to redo everything so many times. Oh, so annoying.
And
but we did love it though. We did have loads of fun.
We did. But do you know, it's even like this, yeah? So we speak all the time, don't we?
Yeah.
So, but once a camera's on you, it's like, because
I'm like, oh my God, what do I talk about?
Yeah, now it's like a bit like, what do we talk about? Because people have said to me, do you know you should get on your podcast? And I go, who? They go, your brother. And I go, that'd be weird.
Yeah.
Like, I know people would want to see it, but it won't be natural because it's like, my brother's my best mate.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Day.
Like, even when I tried to intro this, it wasn't fucking good, was it? Like, you made me laugh. Like, straight away, I'm laughing because it's weird.
It's funny watching you being like, okay, so hi, welcome to the
I didn't speak like that, did I?
Jay Hutton Show, and we've got Alice here today. Like, it's just funny because I'm like, why are you being so professional? Because it's us. But then this is also like your other little side job, so you actually do have to be a bit professional.
Yeah, but could you imagine if I got Dan on it? Like the things me and Dan talk about, couldn't talk about in public.
No.
So what am I going to do? It'd be weird as fuck. Plus, Dan is not the type of person who'd be good on camera in terms of the way, like, Dan's Dan.
Yeah, Dan's Dan.
I'm just like, he'd just be like, he won't be, like, he'd just be Dan and he'll just be like, I don't know.
What would Dan even talk about?
Exactly. Like, he'd just be like, why are you talking to me like that? Like, what am I going to say? So, Dan, what have you been up to?
Yeah.
He'd be like, shut up, Jay, you prick.
Yeah, he would.
So, yeah.
Well, you can do your bit then and wrap it up. It's been really nice.
Been so fun, hasn't it?
It's been really good to catch up. That's what I was thinking. Like, what is this? Are people just thinking we're having to catch up when we speak every day?
Well, yeah,
like,
I know,
it's
but
weird, like,
I know, but you got to give the people what they want, aren't you?
yeah. Everyone does love a bit of Jay and Alice, don't they?
People love a bit of
Jealous.
Jay and Alice, don't they? They
A bit
love
of
that.
jealous.
We should do a show, an actual show. Don't you think we'd do a banging tattoo show?
Yeah, we would, yeah.
We would. So, you know.
We have already done one of them, though.
Yeah, but we could do another one. What else would we do?
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
We could do a really good tattoo show. Maybe
Yeah.
not. Let's avoid the cover-ups, isn't it?
Avoid the cover-ups. Hate. Yeah, no
Mrs. Two
more cover-ups.
cover-ups over it.
No cover-ups, please.
Anyway, yeah. We good?
Yeah.
Done.
Is that it?
Well, yeah.
Do we not just...
Wave awkwardly at the camera. Just wave awkwardly at this camera.
Thank you for having me.
That's it. Done.